Been talking about this kid a lot on the podcast, so I'm going to bring him up one more time. Our second favorite 18-year-old Zach.
Our darling Zach.
Timon's friend. Saturday, he texted me and said, wish me luck, bro.
Oh, the prayers emoji, yeah.
Thought it was about Georgia. He said, no. I'm Timon's older sister's homecoming date tonight.
Oh!
This emoji. Salute. I sent him a pretty interesting GIF expressing my confusion.
Uh-huh.
He said, my thoughts exactly. Thank you. I said, Anna? I said, what kind of homecoming has kids older than high school? And I was like, wait, is this a college homecoming? I just have so many questions. He said, it's college. Yes. I guess I didn't realize that Anna was off to college.
Yeah.
Mid-America.
I said, that makes way more sense. I didn't realize she went to college. And I didn't realize you would cheat on Georgia like this. Yeah. He said, Georgia's a lost cause and you know it. I said, you've never seen a rom-com where the guy's persistent, I guess. But anyway, he asked for any tips and I said, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And he said, I can't do anything then. So Timon, what is the story of this? Tell us everything.
There's not that much to it. Just like, I mean, yeah, they're both single. So there was like, Anna needed a date. He was like, I'll do it. So they went.
He volunteered?
Yeah.
She didn't ask?
Well, I can't, honestly not sure how it went.
I'll do it.
I don't know.
No, I'll do it. Like, she
was
barely
like-
gets the word out. So, I don't know. I'm single. I can go by myself. I can do it. No, I'll do it. No, it's okay. I got it.
Say no more.
I'm in.
I'll jump on that grenade. Please let me jump on it.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm in college. Like, there's plenty of guys. I'll do it.
No.
When you're a little young.
No, you don't know.
No. No one will know.
I could pass. I'll be fine.
I'm not sure who invited who or how it worked. But, I mean, they had fun, I think.
That's great.
It is just so random. I mean.
Yeah, it really threw me off.
Just high school kid.
Threw me off that he texted me about it, too. I'll do it.
Wish me luck. He was like starting like
luck.
were you texting before this?
Absolutely not.
Out of the blue. Wish me luck.
Yeah, our previous text was 15 days before that.
Wish me luck, bro.
Wish me luck, bro.
Wish me
Bare
luck,
hands.
bro. Saturday night at 6 p.m.
All right. That's the new thing. I'm just going to text Jake and we should just text each other. Hey, wish me luck.
Oh, yeah.
What's about to happen?
They have to ask you can't explain anything.
I only have 30 minutes to go grocery shopping and so I'm praying for short
Wish me
lines.
luck, bro.
Yeah.
Wish me luck, bro. What's going on? I feel like I've been eating a lot of fruit, but I can't poop.
You can do it, man. Wish you luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll do it. Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning with Jake and Graham, Ghostrunners podcast. Happy Wednesday, Ghosties.
Happy Wednesday, Ghosties.
What's new in y'all's life? Timon, you've pneumonia boy.
Yeah.
You beat pneumonia.
I did. Getting over it.
We will intercept pneumonia.
Yep.
Are they still doing that?
I think that they've got enough flack for we got to stop intercepting this disease.
Timon, I know you're a big football guy, so if
Right.
you've seen all the signage that says
All
intercept
over.
cancer.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, is just, did you ever use that in stand-up?
No, it's stand up just on the podcast, I think.
It's such a funny stand-up bit, I think. Like, just such a funny idea of intercepting. Why intercept when you can do so many other football terms for the same thing?
Punt cancer.
Tackle cancer. Beat cancer. It's right there.
Intercept it. Yeah, now I have it.
Right. No, I'm carrying the ball down the field. So, yeah, you feeling better though? I mean, you're still coughing a little.
Yeah. The only evidence that I had it is this little cough that I still have, but otherwise, feel great. Have played pickleball now. Sorry.
That's how you know.
Yeah. I played pickleball now, so I'm capable of living the life that I need. That's all I need. That's the qualifier.
Good. Back in the day, whenever we would choke on food, my parents would always make us say our name. So that's our barometer. Like when your barometer for if you're healthy, you got to say, yeah, if I play pickleball, it was and then be like, what's your name? Brad. Like, okay, I guess he's fine. He can talk. So
I see. So it was just a test if you could talk. It wasn't
Or
just
If you're choking.
it was a cognitive test. It was like, is he an idiot now?
Is he
that
with us?
Yeah, went down the wrong pipe. Acupuncture it'll mess you up. If you hit the wrong nerve, I'm learning inside your body, it can make you no longer literate. So
I still need to talk to Catherine about this. Because
She's
for the most
excited.
part, ghosties were like, this is kind of fun. Let me know if it works.
Totally.
I feel like people were like, the allergy testing, kind of weird, but let us know if the milk rod works.
I think the long story short, first of all, Catherine's very excited to talk to you all about it. I think her long story short is like, that sounds a little too crazy, but maybe it's worth a shot, basically, is what her thoughts were.
The testing with the arm or like the ear rod?
Maybe both. Well, I don't know. I don't think, she said she's done that muscle thing with in some context before. And she's like, it's crazy because you're like, I swear she's like, I'm trying to resist him. Like, it's not just like holding it there and seeing if he can push it down. So, but yeah, I think overall she's like, I don't know if I completely, she's like, she got into like the idea of like Chinese, there's mysticism and all this, deeper stuff maybe or whatever. But I'm like, I don't want to represent her too much on this. And then people be like, well, Catherine said, and I'm like, I don't know if that's exactly what she meant, but she's my personal thing is like, this guy is making such a bold claim of like, you've been allergic to meat this whole time. I'm going to fix it by doing this thing. That's a very measurable thing, whether or not you're going to be allergic to it after this.
Yeah.
So therefore it's like, I mean, if enough people aren't affected positively from this thing, it's like, well, this guy's not going to be in business anymore.
That's where I'm at too. I'm like, the arm thing, I don't know.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even really care. I know I'm already allergic.
Yeah.
Rod me up.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm like, because you're going to absolutely know if it worked or not. It's not going to be like, they say that I have this stuff in me and now they say it's gone. It's like, well, but
it's measurable if it's gone.
Yeah. You ate a steak and you just had terrible sickness for 3 days.
Cinnamon swirls.
Right. So yeah.
Andrew Thurbush found it. No, you can't feel it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay out of the water as much as I can. Lost to Consequence in Palm Springs. Had to do a belly flop. Full scented still.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was just like, whatever. Rods or not. Andrew Thurbush found this guy's Dr. On's Facebook page, and it is a treat.
Unbelievable.
Which is really fun. And then who was the other? Oh, Daniel Ming. He made a good point. He was like you should do this with like a weighted system. That way it's not like instead of the guy like pushing you or fake pushing you down, like it should be like a dumbbell that like is pushing your arm down.
Yeah.
And it's like less independent variables.
I did tell Catherine, I was like, is there any chance that like maybe just your brain plays a trick on you and your muscle messes
Didn't feel
up?
like it. I was strong.
I know. Yeah. That's so interesting, dude.
Anyway, enough about my ears. A few just Vegas things that we should go over now that Timon's back. Timon was there. I just sent you guys the video. Scott, for whatever reason, Vegas brings us out of you. We're at Chick-fil-A. It's like 7:30 in the morning. We just landed in Vegas. And he just decides to try his first coffee ever.
So yeah, Sin City, he's taking it to heart.
Yeah.
And also, Chick-fil-A coffee is the worst coffee.
And trust me, we told him.
Okay.
Yeah. We told him. He knew that. So he tried some of TJ's coffee, who I think had put some sugar and some cream in it.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, this may not be that bad. So I sent you this video.
Okay.
I actually have not even watched this back, but here's a video. We'll put it up on the screen. Scott's first coffee.
Breathe it up.
Oh, for real?
Cream and sugar in there.
Oh, dude, that tastes horrible.
You drink
that?
He just could not.
He's like, that's bad.
Could not get over it the whole rest of the trip. Just like, you guys drink that every morning. Because then we would go to the coffee shop. Scott, you want to give another try? No. No. And I think Timon gave him like one of his like coffee milkshakes. Scott's like, that's my kind of coffee.
Now we're talking. Yeah, it looks like there's an iced. Is that your iced coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe that would have been better, but still, I think he would have just been absolutely disgusted by it.
He just looks like a guy who would love a pot of coffee.
Yeah.
In
he
what
does.
way?
Because I feel like he's just like a corporate. Maybe it's because I know his job.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's what it is. Just like you wake up,
Yeah.
head to the office, get a little cup of coffee.
I can see him like having a conversation while he's stirring in his cream and sugar at the like what's it called? Like the break room, you know? Talking to somebody like, oh yeah, those new boxes are crazy. I mean, half the thickness and twice the durability. I can't imagine doing something like that. You know? Can't you see him saying that? And with like true like passion behind it. Like not like I'm not interested in this. Like I'm invested in this. That's my job.
It's funny. I've been around Scott enough times. Like I've seen him take multiple calls and multiple meetings for Smucker while he's with us for pickleball stuff. And man, it sounds boring.
Oh, dude.
It's the worst.
And yeah, do you think it's not boring to him anymore? Or is it like,
Yeah. Well, we were on that pickleball podcast last week and they asked him like, so Scott and Isaac, are you guys looking to like take on more work? Like, would you like to be able to quit your jobs and be able to do Friday more full time? And Scott said, I would send in my resignation tonight. I would do it as soon as possible.
Scott's always, been like, I'm ready to be done with this. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to listen to that podcast. So all three of you are on it.
Yeah. And we went for like, I don't know how much they trimmed, but we recorded for like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe how long they wanted to talk to
Just
us.
straight conversation, or do you guys do any like fun
It was just
games?
conversation. And it was not even about I thought it was going to be way more about the paddles. It was mainly about content creation. And
Yeah.
but it wasn't bad. Like Scott did a really good job. Scott was really funny. Isaac was really funny. Like they did a good job.
They are good. Yeah, they're natural. I was thinking about that with Rachel. I was listening back to the podcast last week. Like Rachel's really good at this for somebody who's only done it 5 times.
She's always been great from the time I've known her at public speaking
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And just not ever being over, like I've never seen her flustered.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Very calm under pressure.
yeah, I'm
Try
just
having
like
her name some numbers. That'll get her.
5 letters in a row. Just any 5 letters. I don't know.
It's not going to happen today, guys.
Yeah, anyway. That's so Scott drank some coffee.
Yep. A couple other quick Vegas things. We'll get to Justin. I don't think I talked about, correct me if I'm wrong, the when we first got to the Airbnb. Did I talk about that on the podcast?
Not that I can recall.
Okay, so we fly into Vegas. Like, you fly west, you make up all this time. It's like 7 a.m. and we'd love to like relax or set our stuff down the Airbnb. Like, no, sorry, we're cleaning it. Earliest you could check in is 4 p.m. So we're like, okay, no worries.
And what time was this?
Like we probably landed at 7 a.m. Like
okay,
wanting to ask if we get early check-in. And so we just go to the pickleball tournament. So we're out there in the sun all day, hanging out. We're just getting sweaty. We're exhausted. We finally get back to the Airbnb at like 4:30. We can't wait to just like take a nap, shower, and Timon, what do we see when we get there?
It was just gross and dirty.
Yeah,
It just like hadn't been cleaned.
they were not cleaning it the whole time. We were not allowed to stay in the house.
Like it looked like it had not been cleaned at all. Like somebody else definitely stayed there.
Yeah, they're like leftover beer was still there.
Was the bed made?
No,
Yeah.
it was like
Beds
it was
weren't made. Stuff in the beds, kind of.
Yeah, it was like more hair than normal in a bed.
no.
Yeah, it was like it feels like the previous people like took their hair and put it on the bed. Why is there this much hair in the bed?
That almost ruins it for me. Like even if they clean it completely perfectly, it's like that bed is not my bed anymore. I'll sleep on the floor. You know what I mean? Like I know that hotels, like somebody probably was in there like 2 nights ago, if not last night. But like it's completely new to me. But if I saw the bed before, no way. It's like when they bust your table, and it's like I know there was a family here, bunch
Someone's
of
mouth
kids.
was on this spoon
Yeah.
recently. I'm always thinking about the spoons. Anyway, so yeah, it was just like trash, which is kind of a bummer. So we're like, I'll hit them up and try and let them know. But then
We just
I
had
think
to suck it up the whole
yeah,
weekend.
we just start doing laundry with their sheets. They're like, I guess we'll just start washing it ourselves. And
You
whatnot.
did?
We started to. It was like, well, we can either wait for them to start doing the laundry or we can just do it.
Yeah. And so
Took some action. We eventually got a hold of them and they were like, they did do a good job. I threatened the 1-star review on them. That got them moving pretty
Sure.
quickly. So it was like, while we went out to dinner, they were going to come and clean the house. I was like, perfect. We go out to dinner. This is kind of a funny experience too. I didn't talk about this last week, but just kind of a weird kind of sports bar. We went because the Royals were playing that night in MLB playoffs. And so right away, Scott asked the hostess, like, and could we get the Royals game on? Yeah, of course, not a problem. We sit down. Can we get drinks for you guys? Yeah. Could we get the Royals game on? Yeah, of course, no problem. Come back with the drinks. Now it's like, Isaac, your turn. Hey, would it be possible? Could we get the Royals game on? Yeah, okay. So I checked on that. Our manager who has the remote is in a meeting right now. It's like, wow, quite the construct of power here. So only one guy gets the remote. Wasn't it something like that?
it's in his pocket.
I don't remember that specifically.
It's like, okay.
It's in his safe.
There's no way to get to it.
Yeah. We just can't. We don't want to interrupt him and dig in his pocket.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically hearing that, but I'm sure it was something like that.
It was something like the manager, like our manager who runs the TVs.
They
is
just
like,
really couldn't do it.
he's busy right now. Something like that. So I guess we'll wait till he's done. They finally, manager gets out of the meeting. Channels are starting to be changed. Oh, hey, here we go. It's happening. And it went from Thursday Night Football being the audio that we all hear to a different TV audio. I'm going to give you one guess, or I'll give you a million guesses of what comes on the TV next. Royals game, you're probably thinking?
Yeah.
What else?
Univision.
Univision. Yes,
BET.
Spanish. It was
CNN.
the original Twister movie. Full volume from the top. It was like they put in a DVD of Twister. We saw opening credits.
It's amazing.
And it was just so loud. It was like, Isaac, what'd you ask them for? I said Royals game.
It was like, what is happening
Oh,
here?
there's Alex's FPV. Nope, never mind. That's the new one.
That's the new one.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, so just the original Twister movie just came. Helen Hunt, she was on there as a little
yeah.
girl,
I was
scared
getting
in this.
invested.
I was like, you guys haven't seen this.
For me, this is better than baseball.
This is actually a pretty important scene. This is her as a kid.
I prefer this.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a tornado scene. It's just so loud.
So intense.
So loud.
It is
yeah.
so funny. They just had it full volume.
Were there very many other people in the bar? Like,
No,
Was
it
it,
was-
just like people were like, what is going on?
It was pretty empty. I don't know if other people cared.
Oh my gosh.
That was kind of funny. And then one last thing, I don't know if you remember this, Timon, but we're like halfway through it was a pretty just incompetent restaurant in a number of ways. But Timon asked for, can I get anything else for you guys? Timon's like, can I get a refill on my like root beer? Just walk away. Just didn't answer him, didn't get him one.
What?
I think it was the guy that was like, just a strange vibe about this guy who like, the only thing he ever did all night was only refill the waters.
Yeah, just walk.
We had the lady that was like our waitress, but this guy would just kind of come by, not say a word, refill waters, and then it was like he came by. Maybe he might have like said like, I wouldn't need anything. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
you had a Dr. Pepper, didn't you?
yeah, yeah, it might have been something like that. And I was just like, yeah, can I get a refill? Just turned and walked away.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It was a funny little restaurant.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
that's Vegas.
So did you feel like, did you see Vegas? I guess you went to the concert,
Yeah,
like Vegas, quote unquote.
I think Zach and I might have like, if I hadn't been sick, we might have like walked around and like just seen a few things just like for fun. But I was just like, I want to get back and sleep. But I mean, like, yeah, we saw downtown, drove through with the Uber and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Was the concert on the Strip?
It's like a block off. I mean,
Close-
basically
yeah,
right
close to
there.
the Strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Gotcha.
like right behind New York, or across the street from MGM Grand. I think it's right there, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, got to see it a little bit. I drove past the Strip, like on the Strip in the daytime.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did you feel like where you guys stayed was like a different place? Like, did you feel like it was just a normal place?
It was cool. I would do my mile runs at night because it was so hot. And from our house, it was pretty cool. I could see like the Sphere. I could see the whole Strip. It was kind of a
cool.
fun view. But we were like 8 or 9 miles away.
Okay.
So it was far.
Cool.
But yeah, so it was fun. I also didn't talk about, just real quick, we just referred to them as the crazy rich Asians. I don't think I talked about that last week. I just ended up meeting these guys. It was like every time I would go to the restroom, I would come back with a new like networking like person I met. And they were always Asian and they were always really rich. And they were really generous and like invited us into their home. This guy had a private pickleball court.
Oh,
he was like,
yeah.
you got to come over. Maroon 5 was just here yesterday. Like, what?
How? What's the connection to Maroon 5?
I don't know. It just seems like this is a guy who's got a lot of money, knows a lot of people, and he wants us to come over. If we get traffic, so be it. Let's roll the dice.
So be it. My dad's Liam Neeson. I'll be fine. You imagine Steve calling him up. Hey, listen. Like instead of like,
I don't know who you are,
hey, let me pull up that monologue. I want to do it justice.
but it was great. So I mean, I basically like no one else had even met this guy. I was like, hey guys, I got this guy's phone number. We're gonna go over there tomorrow to shoot some pickleball before it gets too hot. Everyone's like, cool. Who is it? I was like, Jeff. His name Jeff. Went over it. He was so generous and so nice.
Yeah. It was
He was
fun.
he was the man.
Gosh, whatever website this is like popping me around with ads back and forth. Hey, what's going on? That's what you say first. Hey, what's going on? I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you, I don't have money. All right. But what I do have is a pretty particular set of skills. Now I'm Obama. A pretty particular skills I've acquired over a long career in the food service industry.
Yep.
Skills that make me, I'm losing sleep. I need to get back. Hey, what's going on? Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter, well, my son, my idiot son, get in these crazy situations. If you let my son go now, that'll be the end of it. I won't look for you. I won't pursue you. But if you don't, I will look at you I will find you. I will kill you. All right, so call me back. This is all on an answering machine.
Oh,
All right, so just call me back.
good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Good luck.
Speaking of Obama, I saw he's narrating a nature documentary. That looked fun,
Oh,
like an oceans thing.
okay.
Do you have an Obama impression in your arsenal?
No, I mean,
This right there.
not really.
My fellow Americans.
I feel like I haven't even heard it. Like it was.
This is
kinda
the
like,
macaroni penguin. And when you can see right here, it waddles, it runs, but it does not fly. I don't know. Nature documentary, is that?
Yeah.
This is the Galapagos Islands. I don't know. I'm not. Obama's hard, dude. I just know he does this thing with his hand.
Yeah.
Patagonia Mountains, the Swiss Alps, and Coachella Valley. What do they all have in common? They're outside.
Outdoors.
They're outdoors.
That's fun.
Then Trump gets in there. No. This is incredible.
No.
Nope. The best things are buildings. I have big buildings. Obama has no buildings. None that he's built himself, not out of gold.
Many beautiful Mexican workers in there.
I have incredible workers. I want to say hello to all of them right now. Hola, Jose. Hola, Manuel. Hola, Josefina. She's a great secretary. The best secretary. Dude, this is kind of interesting about Trump. The guy that I was in Maui, one of the guys I was in Maui with that I said was a chocolatier.
Yeah.
High-end chocolatier in Fort Wayne, Indiana, called DeBrand Chocolates.
I like Fort Wayne.
Yeah, nice place. From what I've heard, I don't know. I don't think this is like private information. But they make chocolate for the Trumps sometimes.
Oh, cool.
And apparently they like, I don't know what the word is. There's a word for like gold bars, like the actual like bars of gold. You know what I'm talking about? Like they kind of look like a piece of butter, a stick of butter kind of thing. They make chocolates that look like gold bars.
Oh.
And apparently one time they sent him to Trump. This was before he was president, but they sent him to Trump and he called them and he's like, those are bronze. These are bronze packaged. I only do gold. So don't send me any more bronze, only gold. Apparently like everything in his house is gold or whatever.
So
I
funny.
mean, it's just not gold enough for him.
Not gold enough.
These gold bars. I think they literally have Trump on the top of them.
Wow.
Gold bars.
I saw his big
Fort Wayne.
gold building in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He has a hotel there.
Trump Tower.
It's a big gold building.
Big gold building.
I saw big gold.
I saw big
big
gold
gold.
building and big round sphere.
Lot
And
big
lots of shiny
shapes
lights.
in Vegas.
Bright
We saw
lights.
Hans Zimmer
Bright
big
lights.
circle.
Hans Zimmer, real cold, loud music, bright lights. It's like, what are you doing? Speak normal. See world or see the world?
I see world.
Anyway,
We're going to get to, Justin, one last thing. Timon, you need to defend yourself. A couple weeks ago, I saw a comment. They said, Timon, you have wasted my time by recommending that I watch Fall Guy. You have to defend yourself. I don't remember her name, but it was a woman.
I vaguely remember saying it was a 6 or 7 out of 10 movie. So that's not, I don't know if that's necessarily me saying, you gotta watch it.
yeah.
I just remember
That's fair.
saying, I enjoyed it. It was fun. So
That's a good defense.
I think that kind of backs me up. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you didn't have to. It wasn't like I was like, you have to see like Interstellar, 10 out of 10 movie. But
let me see what you
I'm
ranked
sorry
it
you
real
didn't
quick.
like it.
What is your letterboxed?
Timon Imsh. Just at Timon Imsh.
I just
Search
Googled
that.
letterbox Timon Imsh and it did not come up. Letterbox.com/Timon Imsh. You think that would get me there?
Maybe? You could
Sure
try.
does. Nice pick of you and the boys.
Thank you.
Let's see. I'm going to be able to find this quickly.
Oh, yeah. You'll get there.
Fall Guy, you ranked it. Is it a 5 stars?
No.
Where do I see these stars? I'll figure it out.
Look for August 20th.
I don't see where the rankings are though.
Go to diary, maybe.
Ooh,
Scroll down.
dear diary. I watched Fall Guy tonight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wish my sweet older sister Anna could have seen it with me.
Jeez, Timon.
She
What?
was out with Zach, partying and dancing and who knows what.
Well, it says 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
I thought you said
7 out of 10.
There you go.
okay. So when I said it says out of 5, and you said no,
Oh,
That was
I did?
incorrect.
Did
3.5, that's 7 out of 10 though.
Did I say no? It's out of 5,
I
but
thought
there's
you
half
said no.
stars, which makes it out of 10. I like to think of it as out of 10.
3 1/4.
Fits my brain more.
Sorry, and get like whatever.
Dear diary.
Okay, so that's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I
thought
think
it
you
was
might
fun.
need to be
I like Ryan Gosling.
I think I like the idea of people being more critical in their rankings of stuff.
Okay. I should be like way more picky.
Not now. You already established your scale.
From now on, though?
You already
But I
outboxed
think
it.
give a restaurant a very kind 3 out of 10 if it's not that good.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to be a mean person, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's a 3 out of 10. I'm not planning on going back
A
there.
good-spirited 3 out of 10.
A 1 out of 10 is
You're not
bad.
defaming them.
Yeah. 3 out of 10 is like, we asked for the Royals game 5 times and they never gave it to us because the remote was in a movie.
But at least they refilled our drinks some of the time.
Yeah.
I
What do you think of
remember, I'm not proud of some of these conversations, but every guy has probably had them where you do it with girls and it's like,
Okay.
all right, what do you think about her? And I was always the guy, like, no girl has ever been below an 8 for me.
Oh, okay.
And other people were like, you got to have someone who's like a 5. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like people like
It's like
getting mad at
5
me.
seems like a 2, but it's like 5 is technically just the most normal looking
It's
girl.
the middle of the bell curve. But I was
Sure.
like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That's not how I see
No,
it.
8 and a half.
And it's 8. That's like one of the lowest scores I've given.
It's like Bethke.
I'm
with
not
movies.
into her.
Bethke's like, every movie's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Minimum was an 8.5, I think, or 8
so
out of
funny.
10. So yeah, I think, maybe moving forward, let's just all collectively be more honest.
Like a 5-star should be like a huge deal.
huge deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like,
exactly.
whoa, best movie I've seen all year.
Like let's see, 5 stars from Timon. Ratatouille.
That's 100% a 5-star movie.
Really?
That's an all-timer.
Is it
Really?
Like
Yeah.
no.
That's
5 stars meaning like it is one of the best
It
movies
checks.
of all time.
I don't. Okay, so with my
Because there's no ranking better than 5 stars.
with my past like rankings and stuff, my perspective is like if it checks all the boxes for me and is like a really great movie and is very well made, why not 5 star? Like that doesn't make it one of the best of all time. Ratatouille, one of the best Pixar movies of all time, and I think it's a 5-star movie. It's really funny. It's like it hits all the, I don't know. It's got like
No, it's fine. Just
great.
to be fair, you ranked Lord of the Rings: Return of the King as a 4.5 star.
correct.
So Ratatouille's better than Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
I would enjoy it more.
Okay. I've never seen Return
I would
of the
enjoy it a half star more.
King. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 5 stars.
Yes, that was
Pride
great.
and Prejudice 5 stars.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would. You would. Never seen it.
It's a great movie.
These are great. It's fun to. I'm gonna look at this more for you.
Yeah,
Simon.
you should make an account.
I watched one of those Spider-Verse movies one time, not knowing what I was getting myself into. I think I watched it with someone else, and I did not like it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I don't know if it was the same as 5-star Spider-Verse. How many Spider-Verses have they done?
They've done 2. There was the
Okay.
first one, Into the Spider-Verse. Second one, Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Can you guess the name of the next one? Just like
Into
at the end of the
Across-
Spider-Verse?
it's Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Beyond.
Oh, the caboose of the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, coming out someday.
Okay, so you did not like it. What would you rank that? Now that we've had this conversation, and now that we need to have trust in each other that we're not mean-spirited people based on our rankings of things that
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse will never see our rankings.
I'm tempted to be mean-spirited towards you because of this, but I'm not going to be because it's subjective.
From what I remember of, I'm going to guess, Into the Spider-Verse,
Uh-huh.
I went in expecting to see, I don't know, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, some upside down kisses. I haven't seen any of the movies, but this is what I've heard happens.
There's an upside down kiss in it. They reference it.
And then I saw
Briefly.
like animated comics, like kind of like, how would you describe is cartoons, Brad? You would call them? I saw cartoons.
Yeah.
It was like 2D like cartoons though.
It's really good. I think it's like very impressive style.
One star.
1 star.
One
out of
star.
five, which is 2 out of 10.
That's 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
2. I gave it 2. Can you do half stars or like 1/2 star only?
Yeah, it's 1 out of 10.
Well, on
Yes,
Letterboxd,
yes, you can do a 1/2 star.
but
That'd
like
be a 1 out of 10.
okay,
You can't do 0 stars though.
okay.
You know what movie I would give a half star to? This was back when The Office was really big. John Krasinski got his first movie role. I was so excited. I was like, sweet. George Clooney, John Krasinski. It was called Leatherheads.
Terrible, terrible.
Terrible. Half star.
Is there?
I wish I could give less.
Are there few? There's another movie I'm thinking of where it's like it proved to me that it's not just about the actors. Like
You gotta have a good
yeah.
script.
Like John Krasinski, good actor, fun actor. George Clooney, great actor. And that movie was so bad.
Real bad.
I saw the movie, and maybe if I watched it again now, as an adult, it would be better. But the movie Envy, you ever heard of that?
No.
It's
It's about nonverbal
it's Jack
kids.
Black. It's Jack Black and Envy. Oh, it's Jack Black and Ben Stiller. So it's like,
Oh, great.
this sounds
Yeah.
hilarious.
They
And
make
I
me
don't-
laugh.
Yes. And maybe it wasn't a very funny movie and I was just expected to be funny. But I just remember at the time being like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. Why are
Wow.
these two people in this movie?
I'm mad
sure-
for their like management, their agents.
I bet Rotten Tomatoes loves it. Let's see. Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, never mind. 8% on Rotten
Oh
Tomatoes.
my gosh.
That's real
Speaking
bad.
of George Clooney, I've seen one George Clooney movie and it's my favorite of all time.
Ocean's
Fantastic
11.
Mr. Fox.
Oh,
You would hate it probably.
yeah,
Animated,
cartoon.
Is it Wes Anderson?
Yes. But it's stop motion. It's like, oh, it's brilliant.
I've heard great things.
Yeah.
I've never seen Wes Anderson stuff.
I've seen like that and his only other like animated one. He has a lot of like pretty inappropriate movies, I think, from what I've heard.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I don't.
From what I've
I'm
heard.
not, I'm not
I-
endorsing or. Yeah.
Bricked.
I'll tell you one thing we shouldn't see: The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot.
Hey, I rated
2.5.
It's perfectly in the middle.
The story of Possum Trot, where you find these movies.
No, it's like a I think like maybe Angel Studios. I don't know. It was a fine movie.
Okay,
2.5
fine.
stars.
I'll tell you another movie that we should never see, Jake.
Hey.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, wouldn't recommend.
2 stars.
I have a
according to Time
feeling
Inc.
that like people are gonna not like that. I don't know. I fell asleep. Also, Christian Bale was like annoying. I don't know.
Hey, we're it's a trust tree. here.
Sorry, was that mean spirited?
Are you still on Timon's?
Yeah, I'll tell you another one we shouldn't see. Old Dogs.
Oh, don't.
1.5
I think that's
stars.
my lowest
according to
rated
Timon.
ever. which
Timon
is
was
still
eviscerating
pretty
this
nice.
thing. Yeah.
But like, it was just like, so Graydon came over. He was like, okay, we got to find a good movie to watch. Graydon just has awful movie taste. Like, well, he loves movies that are good, but he also loves movies that are bad. He's like Jeff Bethke.
yeah.
He's like,
he likes them all.
So he's like, I promise you, this movie is so funny. I love this movie.
Oh no.
And it's like,
That's his
and the
first
thing
flaw,
is,
is
it has
hyping it up
Robin
too
Williams
much.
in it, and so I was like,
Yep, exactly.
again, same thing. Gotta be fine. It's like John Travolta and Robin Williams.
Those guys
Just
can be funny in
the
anything.
Dumbest movie I've ever seen.
Okay,
Did you?
I do remember laughing a few times though, so that's why there's 3 out of 10.
really. Okay.
Here we go.
From the mountains to the prairies with the cows and the chickens. GoodRanchers.com. Promo code GRKC. One more time, Timon. GoodRanchers.com. Promo code GRKC.
And then the B2 bomber flies over.
USA! USA! USA!
Hear that? That's the faint sound of American farmers and ranchers working hard, but also being paid hard.
That was the sound of seed oils not going in our meat.
Now slowly open your eyes.
Oh.
What we're talking about is Good Ranchers,
Yes.
a company that sources all of the labor, all of the meat, all of the packaging, the whole supply chain right here in America. It's a great company to support. Brad, I see that hand.
I was going to say, raise your hand if you love America.
Oh, sorry.
Raise your hand if you love good meat. Look at my hands. They're both up for goodranchers.com.
That's right. For the next 4 years to celebrate election year. Hey, I got somebody to endorse.
Okay.
Voting with your checkbook.
You know who I endorse? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and get personal real quick. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I endorse Steve Coop, an American farmer. I endorse my friend Greg Peterson, an American farmer.
Yeah.
I support my brother-in-law, Mark Voth, an American crop consultant and farmer.
Rock the Voth.
Rock the Voth, guys. If you know a farmer, you need to thank a farmer, and you need to go to goodranchers.com and support American farmers.
If you don't know a farmer, thank them by buying Good Ranchers.
Yes.
GRKC, $25 off, free shipping, and a free add-on for the next 4 years. The add-on is another additional meat
We're
every
talking
month.
chicken, bacon, salmon,
Ground beef,
ground beef.
pork.
What do you want?
Get
Yeah.
it in your box.
So good, man. And yeah, well, that's in November. Sorry. I was about to promote something that we don't need to promote. It's ham. All right, it's going to be good in November. But
GoodRanchers.com in the meantime.
GRKC, American Meat Delivered.
We actually, I remember this now, in Vegas, we made Timon and Zach watch a movie.
Oh yeah,
Did you rate it on Letterboxd?
find it, Brad. Guess which one they made.
Oh.
Guess which
Oh,
one.
okay.
I mean, you could just see the date.
So this would be no, okay. I won't look at the date. Oh, I know what it is because I know Jake loves this movie. It's Memento.
No.
Oh, okay. Kicking and Screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd
I
you
know
give
Jake likes
Memento?
that one too.
I liked it. It was fun.
Or
It
no,
was
what?
just like,
Sorry.
sorry, what'd you say? I thought you said, what'd you think of it? I thought you were like, how'd you like it?
No, I said something. What'd you think of Memento first?
Oh, great.
5 stars?
4.
That's
But
fine.
maybe a rewatch.
But I respect that. 4 stars
Thank
is
you.
respectable.
Because that's 8 out of 10. It was a
That's a
great
great
movie.
score.
I was
It's a
like,
really good
this
movie.
is so
but
well made,
you have to like.
but the experience wasn't quite a 10 out of 10 experience for me.
That's
But
great.
you're telling me Paddington 2 was also a 4-star movie, Jake?
Heck yeah.
Timon?
Paddington,
Yeah.
Paddington 2 is like one of the highest on Rotten Tomatoes, I think, ever.
Really?
From what I've heard. This random sequel, it has Hugh Grant in it. He's funny. It's great.
Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, 4 stars.
Yeah.
Soundtrack.
Classic soundtrack. Yep.
I love the we got Tommy Boy. This is in order. Tommy Boy, Shawshank Redemption, Whiplash. And then Timon's like, I need a break. I need to call my mom. Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, the Lego movie.
Ooh, yeah. Got back to
Paddington
home
2.
base there.
Yeah.
Little palate cleanser.
Came back from Vegas, yeah. Palate cleanser.
Kicking and Screaming.
That's so funny.
3 stars, Kicking and Screaming.
That's probably fair.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's like a good comedy, but there's not a lot of like, I don't know, depth
Not
to
too
it,
much
but-
substance to it. Yeah, it was great
Yeah.
though.
But yeah, somehow we just got someone quoted like "Say bye to Juice Box Boy," and they were like, "Man, that's such a funny movie," and we all started quoting it, and they were like, "Timon and Zach, we're gonna make you watch it tonight." And so we all watched Kicking and Screaming together. It was a nice
I
memory.
impressed myself with staying awake the entire time.
Yeah,
So I got to see the whole thing.
yeah. Timon and Zach. Yeah. So first of all, they stayed in their car the night before the trip. We talked
Right.
about that last week. And then we have a 3-hour direct flight to Vegas. So it's like, this is a moment I got to catch up on sleep. We got a long weekend in the sun.
Yeah, sure.
They just slept in a car. Instead of sleeping, Timon decides to watch a movie that he saw a week ago. But Zach hasn't seen it. So he's got to watch it again. with
No,
Zach.
I saw it a while before, but it was true. It was like, in hindsight, I was like, why didn't I just sleep?
Wait, how'd you guys watch it together?
Just like on a laptop,
Laptop.
laptop.
The laptop.
We just like connected both of our sets of AirPods.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can do that now.
Yeah.
What
it's
movie?
It's tough to figure out though. It's called Prisoners.
Oh, that
Good movie.
you watched that in COVID times.
Intense.
Yeah, good memory. Yeah. So good. Anyway, so yeah, I was giving him a hard time the whole trip. Like, no wonder Timon got sick. No wonder Zach doesn't feel well. He's had
Yeah.
19 energy drinks and he hasn't slept the whole time.
Yeah, Zach is more of like, he should have been the one that was really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rainstorms. Anyway, yeah, they stayed awake for Kicking and Screaming. It's a fun memory.
Yeah.
That's
great
great.
time.
Scott dying laughing probably the whole time. Or just like has that little giggle. You know
Yeah.
Scott. There was a guy in Maui. Shout out Tyler Tong. I talked about him last week.
Tyler Tong.
Greatest laugh. Great laugh.
Yeah.
Did I talk about this
Yeah.
last week? Yeah. To the point where somebody was like, I didn't know about this laugh of yours when I first met you. But oh yeah. Just that he would add so much to the podcast just bringing him in here and just giving him a microphone.
Have him in the
only to
corner.
laugh. Just laugh, man.
Get his own mic.
So he was also real big into conspiracy theories, which I don't dabble in. I don't
Those
even,
people are kind of fun.
they're so fun because everything
I
you can
love to
talk
hear about what they believe in.
Oh.
Yeah, if they're like well read, if they know how to talk about it, then it's interesting.
I couldn't regurgitate a thing he said. Like I was trying to talk to Catherine about a few of them, and I was
Can you
like,
remember any like topics?
Federal Reserve was one of them.
Oh, I
Like
would
the
have
money?
no-
Yeah. From what the one thing I understand from it is that it's not run by the government. I thought it was a government thing. It's like privately owned from the J.P. Morgan maybe or Rockefellers or
Deep
somebody.
State,
Yeah, something like that.
Blackstone.
Yeah, I heard that word a lot. No.
Yeah, I'm just saying all the buzzwords.
There's lots of like spiritual warfare stuff.
BlackRock, that's what I meant to say.
BlackRock. Do you know? Have you heard the word Nephilim? That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
very big spiritual warfare. Like
Is that like
That's
that,
biblical.
that stuff I can more get behind.
the Egyptian god or something?
no, it's like
Just like early like hybrid people kind of that are like mentioned in the Bible.
Jeez.
yeah,
interesting
it's
stuff.
in the Bible.
It's
Like,
fascinating stuff. It's like
It is.
Yeah.
but it felt like
Ugh.
so many things that were like, hey, what do you think about this? It's like, well, the Nephilim, and I'm like, everything, like
It's all Nephilim?
like Denver Airport's crazy. Well, and I'm like, okay,
You know, before you're Slenderman. Nephilim.
Beyonce. Also, TJ was telling me about this one where have you seen all these people that thank Beyonce in their acceptance speeches?
Oh, I've heard about this. If you don't, you're like in trouble.
Yeah,
What the heck?
I don't know.
Like
yeah.
she's got some like
What the
supreme
heck?
reign over Hollywood or something.
because of the Nephilim.
That's got to be.
And people kept bringing up Nephilim here and there.
I will say, like having
Trump assassination,
having
Nephilim.
having,
I'm like, okay, calm down.
having delved like a little bit in the past into like the world of like the Blurry Creatures podcast and stuff just for fun. like a lot of stuff has to do with the Nephilim.
Yeah, I know. That's
These like half angel people.
Yep.
I don't know.
it's pretty crazy.
I don't think
Crazy
I'm
stuff.
into like Illuminati, blackmail, Nephilim stuff, but I'm like, how'd we build the pyramids? Let's hear all the theories.
Dude,
Dinosaurs, let's get
has-
after it.
Probably aliens or something.
I like those conspiracy theories.
something. I don't even know if this is.
Sorry.
No. I'm serious.
I was
Go.
just saying, I'm way more like inclined to, like, at least like hear someone out about something if it's like they can talk about like, well, this is like biblical and like spiritually related. I'm like, okay,
Sure.
I can listen.
If
Yeah.
it's in the if it's yeah,
But
at
if
least
it's like
coordinated,
if it's
with
like
things you
the
know from the Bible.
Democrats are, I'm like, I don't
Sure.
know,
Democrats, settlement.
in the
Okay.
land.
I am so bad at regurgitating things, so I apologize in advance for how half-hearted I'm going to present this. But something. So I had dinner with Johnny Youssef and his wife. Johnny grew up in Egypt until I think 8th grade, 9th grade, something like that, and then moved to United States.
Enough
And
to get a pretty good accent.
enough to get a pretty good accent.
Good accent.
Yeah.
Great accent.
Yeah.
And he told me something along the line, and I think this is just facts. I don't even think this is like, I think it's just kind of whatever. I think it was there was this library back in the day. I think it was in Egypt that was like had every like all these amazing facts, all these amazing findings from all these scientists, all this stuff, including I think the library included how they built the pyramids. Like it was basically like the internet of that back in that day, where it was
Yeah.
like, if I need to know something, I will go to this library because it has all these amazing findings, all these amazing,
Is it the
things.
Great Library of Alexandria?
It was Alexandria, yes. And he said that Islam essentially burned down this library or burned all the things in this library,
Mohammed.
something like that. And basically, he's like, if we
They
would
did all of that.
Nice.
if we would have had that library still, our society, our technology, whatever, would be 100 years ahead or whatever.
Oh,
it is.
cool.
Like something crazy like that.
I believe it.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So
Fire
crazy.
destroys things.
fire destroys things.
So
That's a fact.
That holds up.
That's a fact. That's not an opinion, Timon.
5
Sorry.
stars
5
on
stars
that
on
fact.
Star fact.
So anyway, I thought that was pretty. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like. Did you? Are you seeing that it burned down or something? Line.
Give me something.
Stall.
Yeah.
The destruction of the library is viewed not just as a tragic loss of knowledge, but as a deliberate act to suppress information.
Interesting.
So it was destroyed, at least. Yes. Okay. So I'm on the right track. So anyway, stuff that I didn't know about, stuff they're not talking about very often, but it's like, yeah, they seemed like they were way ahead and then burned it all down. So we could have figured out how the pyramids were built.
Yeah.
Also, just like whatever, is it the Colosseum? I mean, yeah, whatever. All these super, super ancient buildings that somehow the cement mixture, glue, whatever they used to put them together is like so indestructibly strong.
Pretty wild.
How did they do?
Amazing. Yeah. Like what was their math versus how do we not figure that out now?
Yeah.
How stupid are we? Even though we think
Nephilim.
it's the Nephilim. Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
So all to say.
Well, I think it's a pretty good transition into dumb football questions. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Let's get into some dumb football questions with Justin and how many T's are in his name?
Justin.
Justin Kershaw.
All right, we're here once again with our man, Justin Kershaw, in the house. Chiefs fan extraordinaire,
Grass lover.
grass lover of Kansas. He flew in here. He's like, look at that grass. Kansas City grass, baby.
Like brownish green.
Yeah, exactly. That October grass in Kansas there's nothing like it. But yeah, we do this segment. Have we only done it once? Maybe we've done it twice.
We do it all the time.
We do it. Yeah, it's a recurring segment now called No Dumb Questions. And specifically for you, you played football. You played at Michigan State.
Yeah.
And then went from there to have a little training camp stint with the Panthers with Julius Peppers.
He was there, man. Funny story. We're both light skinned. He's bigger than me, and I was practicing. He didn't show
He's
up.
bigger than you.
He's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Better athlete too. Worth a lot more money. Yeah. And he said right now, but he said we were where the Panthers facilities at. The fans can kind of look in, and somebody saw me. They're like, "Julius, let's have a good year this year, man." They said it to me, and I was like, "That's right, let's go." I didn't
Come on, it's
correct
me,
them.
baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go, boys.
Of course.
Yeah, it was. I was Julius Peppers for a few minutes.
That's
Cool.
awesome, dude.
And what position were you in Michigan State?
I tell all the Well, I was going to say I used to tell the girls I played quarterback. Bad joke. But I came in as a DN, getting a lot of weight, moved to defensive tackle.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How much heavier were you then compared to now?
About 20 pounds lighter. Yeah, so I'm 260 now.
Yeah.
And I was the most I got up to was 280.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. I would have thought you'd be even bigger to be a Division I defensive tackle.
I was a smaller defensive tackle. I was speed, but that's why I played DN. We really didn't have anybody else to play D tackle. We got a new coaching staff, so they put me there.
Okay.
Gotcha. And you were there with Kirk Cousins?
Yes, I was.
What was your relationship like with Kirk then, and what is it like now?
I'm going to show you.
You about to FaceTime him?
Oh, that's based. That'd be insane.
I'll say this. Kirk Cousins and his family, if I've done anything right as a father or a leader, it's because I look at my dad and how I was brought up, and then Kirk Cousins' dad and his family. They were true believers and just incredible people. And I saw Kirk every year. They brought in a new guy to change his position.
In college?
In college, yeah. Because, I mean, recruiting, they take somebody out, bring somebody in every year to take your spot. And Kirk fought really hard. He was an afterthought as a recruit. But a crazy Kirk Cousins story, and I know this won't make, like, national news, but I got to share this. And this shows you the type of guy Kirk is. So, hadn't talked to him for a while. Guy's full of integrity. Like, just a normal guy that works his butt off.
Yeah.
And
like what you saw in that quarterback documentary was well portrayed, you feel like?
100%. I didn't watch the whole thing, but yes, Kirk is, first of all, I'll say his family, they are true Christians, like true followers of Christ. His dad has a saying, like, you make a good decision, something good will happen. You make a bad decision, something bad will happen. My kids repeat that. And that's all from Kirk Cousins' dad.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, there was this excellence, hospitality. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Warm cider when you walk in the house. So, but I was, this was almost 3 years ago. I was in a bad mood because my business was slow. And I was grumpy. And my wife was like, Justin, come upstairs. I'm like, what do you want, woman? And she's like, just come upstairs, grumpy. I'm like, okay. So I come upstairs, like, what? She was like, it's a Christmas card. Here. And I'm like, thanks. She was like, look who it's from. I'm like, it's from Kirk. He sends one every year, his parents do. She's like, open it. So she writes in this card. He's like, hey, Justin, thank you. And then look what he puts in the card.
Oh, my gosh.
What is this? Whoa. Just to be nice? Just for fun?
To be fun. And my whole point
That's
is
pretty fun.
pretty fun. So then I called my other friends in the league. I'm like, I got your Christmas card. but that is Kirk Cousins is a person of integrity, but he has the resiliency of Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption. Like, he just keeps going back at it. He's about excellence. Nobody is going to prepare better than him. Nobody is a better intentional leader than Kirk. And I feel one of the greatest blessings of my life is that I got to be involved with Kirk Cousins.
That's cool.
I've learned so much from him. Like, I feel like I've been around greatness, and that's Kirk.
And I'm sure he has that
Can I tell
impact.
the audience what you just showed us? Just a...
Yeah,
No?
you can tell.
It was just a generous gift. We'll say that.
Generous gift.
Yes.
Without, did he just sent as a Christmas?
Sure.
Do you think he said that to every single person on his Christmas card list? Just to be nice?
If it was Kirk, I wouldn't be surprised.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. It was shocking. It brought me to tears.
Wow.
And I just can't say enough good about the Cousins family, because his dad was there for me when I went through some difficult, confusing times as a 20-something year old. So just great people. I love the Kirk.
So you were like really friends with him. Like, how do you connect with a quarterback when you're, I mean, I don't know, like, you're on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Or were you like, did you become friends over the years, or was it like, oh, we were friends from?
So we only
were you
played
the same
2 years
age?
together.
Okay.
No, we only played 2 years together. And it was just, I knew Kirk coming in was a Christian.
Yeah.
And something like pulled on me like, hey, you need to help this guy out when he came there, because Kirk is from Holland, Michigan. So when he got to Michigan State, that locker room was probably like a rap video to him. Like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah, Holland's like super conservative.
Super conservative,
Yeah.
beautiful place West Michigan is. Beautiful place. And Kirk came in, and if I was able to help Kirk out, I'm telling you, man, it was the Holy Spirit. And I just love the guy. Like, he's I admired him, what he was going through, and the way he presented himself, and the way his family was. We just became friends.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Can we ask you some football questions? Of
course.
Experience.
I love football.
A little NFL, a little Division One. Okay, let's start with.
So we usually start. I have a dumb question. And
Hey.
you respond. No, let's have Justin. Yeah, we respond with, hey, there's no
Yeah,
such
yeah,
thing
yeah.
as dumb question.
I do have a dumb question.
No, hey, there's no such
no
thing
such
as
thi-
dumb
there's no
question.
dumb question.
I feel better about myself. Timon, did you find that clip of Steve Bono?
I'm going to.
Thank you.
At some point.
Yeah.
Because
It'll
that's
be in
art.
there.
That is art.
That is hard.
It wasn't in Kansas City when it happened, but it was art.
Okay.
No
It'll be
grass.
on the episode.
The
Thank you.
grass was fine, but it wasn't Kansas City grass.
That's right.
Okay, I have a. I mean, I don't know if they're all dumb. I have a dumb question.
There's no dumb questions.
So first of all, were you on special teams?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice question. I have a dumb question.
No, follow up. Is blocking a kick, is it a little scary? Like, oh, I got through. This guy's about to launch a football in my face.
No, I've never thought it was scary.
Really?
The difference between you and me, or
yeah.
us. And,
Well, no, but I
D1
could see
athlete.
why it is. What was scary for me is that I actually blocked a field goal at the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio.
oh,
And I remember and it's my hometown.
yeah.
And I remember blocking it, and that never crossed my mind. The only thing that crossed my mind is I better hurry up and try to get there, but never.
You were
Never
never
like,
like-
oh, my neck's exposed.
You were never like, what if it goes into my tummy? Like take me out.
Now it will be if I
Yeah.
ever get a chance to kick a kick.
That's why guys are just like diving at the ball. Like,
Yeah, but
pretty
the-
much like, hopefully my face blocks this kick.
But you know what? It's funny and a great observation by Jake because they do teach a technique where you're not putting your face in. You're kind of going in. Like,
Really? What do
Yeah.
you think about the
Yep,
idea?
yeah.
We've talked about this on the podcast before. Hey, I have a dumb question.
you don't have this one, question.
Okay, thank you. Hiring, we'll call him a Giannis Antetokounmpo type guy who can just jump really high to either only like a kick blocking specialist, either on special teams like on the line, or just put him back there, by the field goal for like the short, like maybe he's going to be a little bit short on the field goal. He can just jump up and swat it.
Just the block kicks?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
that's
back there.
his main thing.
It's like, it's very certain scenarios. You have to use a roster spot on this, but it's a 64-yard field goal. This kicker might have enough distance. It might come down to 1 yard. So you put Giannis at the goal line just to jump up and tip it.
And he could also be like, on a 60 or 55 yarder that's got to go a little bit more direct. He could be right there at the line just jumping up. Because I don't know how high they go.
That's really I think that's really good thinking, but it'll never work with the current NFL salary cap. But to let you guys know you're thinking the right way, when I was playing in college, there was a kid from Russia that came in who was, I think he was 7'6".
This is what we need.
Yes,
This is great.
yes.
No joke. And he came in, and the coach was like, "We got this kid from Russia coming in that's going to take your guys' spots." It's like they play football in Russia.
Yeah.
So this kid comes in, and I saw him from the other end of the
Yeah.
thing because the ground was shaking. And I'm like, you could just put him over the center and have him stand there.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for him. I don't think the guy could even move.
Yeah. That's the thing. You got to get like the right freak athlete,
The right one.
but maybe somebody that's not good at basketball, but a freak athlete. Like somebody that can jump out the gym.
Actually, that happened with the Browns a couple weeks ago. The guy who is a freak athlete, we're saying freak athlete a lot,
Yeah.
he jumped and he blocked. This guy could play, but he played at Texas A&M. I can't remember his name. Timon.
Yeah.
Can you look him up for me? I'm sorry.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M Browns defensive end.
Okay.
Blocked kick.
And once you see him, you'll be like, yeah, this
Take a
is
freak athlete. Okay.
So good idea, though.
This is,
Miles Garrett?
Myles Garrett.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Freak athlete. Yeah.
So, yeah, he did that.
He is a freak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were like trying to pull some like
Second string,
obscure
yeah.
like special teams for the
Myles
Browns.
Garrett. No, I try to forget guys who are better athletes than me. I try to forget their names.
Okay, so who was like the guy? Like, first, two questions: who's like the best player that you ever played against? You were like, I know that guy's going to be an animal, and who is the guy? Or maybe he already was an animal, obviously, but like, I know he's going to be NFL caliber good. And who is a guy that's like, I've never heard of this guy. He's from my hometown. Maybe I played with him in 8th grade, maybe whatever. And what was like that? He was amazing though.
And he made it. Wow, that is a great question.
I know those are tough on the spot.
No, it's okay.
Obviously, you played Big Ten though. I mean, you played some real dudes.
Yeah.
Like,
So there's a guy named Javon Ringer who you knew when he was in high school. Like, this guy's going to play in the NFL one
yeah.
day. And that was it. There's the biggest athletic freak I've ever met in my life is a guy that nobody's heard of, Antonio Jeremiah.
Okay.
Two first names.
From Columbus, and he was 6'6", 380,
Oh, wow.
and the best dancer I've ever seen him. He looked like a grizzly bear. Like he probably would have to turn sideways to come in there.
Yeah.
But he was a really good athlete.
The best dancer you've ever seen.
He was incredible.
Get
really.
after it. Yeah.
Yeah, he just loved to dance. It's like, all right, dude, like we're done with that.
Yeah.
Play football. But I would say Javon Ringer, he played in the NFL for a long time, was the best athlete. And then there's a kid that I went to high school with. This is no joke. His name was Melroy. He came from New York. And this shows you how important leadership is. I was watching him play basketball in high school, and this kid, I'm like, did anybody just see Mel jump? Like, what? He could put his hand on the back of the backboard. And they're like, yeah, but he sucks at basketball. I'm like, well, somebody teach him how to play.
Figure it out. Yeah.
But he was one of the best athletes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's doing well for himself now. So
That's
Wow. Did he end up becoming an athlete?
no, he went to the military.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to the military.
Well, you could still use that somehow.
Yeah, he
Jump.
yeah, he did.
Jumping over stuff.
Jump over tanks.
Yeah. Storming stuff. Storming beaches.
Yeah. Throw grenades.
Yeah.
Grenades. Yeah.
How much does, especially if a defensive tackle, defensive end, how much does the offense running no huddle suck?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. I can remember my senior year, we were playing Georgia, who was ranked number 1 in the country at the beginning of the year. We had to prepare, they're just going to run the ball. We're in Florida, coming from Michigan. It's cold, hot in Florida. And all of a sudden they get the idea to run no huddle. And it's like, what are they doing? So it's no good, man.
Yeah.
We don't like it.
Obviously, you can't substitute no huddle, but I do have a question. When it comes to substitutions, how are those done as efficiently as they are? Because as a viewer, when I watch football, it's like the offense, they just send in 2 tight ends. Is the coach having to like look and be like, all right, this is kind of the set they have, call a name, you send your subs in?
There's no dumb questions. That's a great question. So yeah, there's typical like personnel, which indicates like the number of tight ends and running backs. So they'll say like 21 personnel go in for this certain play.
Gotcha.
Or 11 personnel go in, whatever it may be. And so if it's 11 personnel, that means there'll be 3 wide receivers, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's practiced a lot, and they're just very efficient, and it gets worked on in practice a lot.
All the defensive players just have to be ready right next to the coach. You're just ready to go. And that coach also has to be very aware of the numbers on the other team and what position they play.
Yeah, so usually the offense will bring their personnel in, and the defense will say, oh, they're in 21
They react to it,
personnel,
yeah.
and they'll put in who they need to. Or if they have 3 tight ends or goal line, they'll switch it out. But it's really a fine-tuned machine that gets worked on. But I mean, if you can tell if a team's undisciplined by how they're subbing people in or out.
Yeah. Even when we go to Chiefs games, for whatever reason, I always pay attention to that. I'm like, man, the defense is reacting in a half second to the substitutions they need to. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it is. It's worked on a lot.
Yeah. It is fun to watch and interesting to like how quickly, what are the defense's play calls and like, yeah, how do they know? I don't know. When footballs are so complicated, like when guys go in motion or whenever this XYZ happens, and defense is like, we can't audible now. Can you? Or can you? Do you audible?
Yeah, as a defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can. So it's
that just feels like that'd be really hard to hear, and I don't know.
so we always said this helped me in marriage is over communicate, and so like the coaches tell you like over communicate with each other. So, for example, if the tight end motions out or something, you can say, I'm calling off this blitz. That's an audible. But then everybody's reading everything, and it's a chess match where the defense is responding to the offense, and the offense is responding to the defense. Like if you look, whenever a quarterback gets up to the first line, he's identifying who the middle linebacker is. So everything is based off of who that middle guy is. So,
All right, no dumb questions. Oh, I have a dumb question, but I have a dumb question.
no, there's no dumb questions.
Cool. You play Big Ten football, yeah, historic, massive, huge venues, stadiums you play in. You mentioned Horseshoe, Big House, all these like massive places. Can you truly, when you're playing, can you hear anything? Like, can you hear the crowd going crazy during the play?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, right before the play. Then when the play happens, it goes silent. You don't hear anything. But I remember, so Spartan Stadium is the best place to play. Go Green.
That's right.
And but the loudest stadium that I was in was actually Notre Dame.
Okay.
It was like super loud. I think they scored their first offensive touchdown, and this was the 3rd game of the year when they played us. It's like everybody was like, "We scored," and we're like, "We better not lose."
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets really, really loud, and it's good if it's your home crowd and you're on defense. But it can really mess up an offense really bad. You talk about communication, can't hear anything.
because I'm always obviously like I understand like hearing play calls and stuff, but I was always curious like if you have the like if a wide receiver has the ball, he's running down the field towards a touchdown, can he hear anything, or is it just like the wind in the helmet of just going crazy?
I think at the time he's in the zone probably. Because I'm fat, I was usually not running touchdowns. But it was if you get a sack, you can hear the crowd and it fires you up and you feed off of that.
That's so fun.
As a D lineman, what is the hardest penalty for you to avoid committing?
Offsides.
Really? Just jumping,
yeah.
Not looking at the ball.
Right, because you're supposed to not hear the cadence. Like, don't listen to what the quarterback's saying.
Did in practice, did you guys have a spray painted green ball the coach would use?
We did. Yeah, we had a ball that they would pull.
Yeah.
A ball on a stick.
Yep.
My actual coach, Coach Gill in college, claimed that he knew the guy that invented that. And that guy was like, made a fortune off of this ball on a stick.
That's a great, like, maybe he did, but it's just such a funny, like, yeah, I know. Like your uncle claims that he knew the guy that invented the fast break in basketball.
It was my uncle's dad. My uncle's dad.
Oh, really?
Invented the fast
break?
Yeah, he claims.
Wow, that's like inventing like bread.
Like jump shot, yeah.
Like I have a friend who claims that her uncle invented wakeboarding, and it's like I don't know. Maybe he did. No one knows who invented the ball and the stick. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Maybe it was Coach Gillum's friend.
Yeah, it's a funny story about Coach Gill too. He said, he was like, guys, one day I was coaching in Carolina, ironically, and he said, they tell me that I have to host this guy around named Calvin Brodus. And he was really into film. And we're watching film and he's asking me questions. I'm like, yeah, Calvin, this is how you do this, Calvin. This is how you do this, Calvin. He's like, then I leave and they tell me it's some guy named Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Yeah, I was going to say Calvin Brodus.
And we're like, no, we don't believe you. He's like, it happened. But no, what people don't realize about D-line is you want to listen to the quarterback because you can get a jump on
the
ball. So jumping off sides, in my opinion, was the hardest thing not to commit.
It feels like Mahomes, his first 3 years, got at least, twice a game would get somebody offsides.
I've heard people say he's got to tone down his cadence because he's got like tackles he can't trust. Like they're going to jump off sides.
Maybe.
And so he's got to like tone down what his cadence used to be.
Because it is
because they're already jumping off sides anyway. So
yeah.
Wow.
And they're on the offense.
Why couldn't the Chiefs be this good in the 90s, man?
So are you still like a Chiefs guy though? Like,
you know what?
It would be hard to be like, I promise I was always a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
Because you're in what, Browns country or
Browns
Bengals?
and Bengals, yeah. That's a great
Fun
question.
time to be a Browns fan.
Whew. Next question. You know what? I once I was playing, I was trying to get to the league. It was like I'm going to play whoever I want to.
Yeah.
And then Patrick Mahomes with his like hair and athletic ability and beautiful wife. Man, I hate that guy. It was just I kind of like lost touch with it. I was like, I'm not a fan anymore. I play, but I will say, putting this hat on that my cousin got me for my birthday.
Fresh. Yeah.
I was looking for my Steve Bono jersey, couldn't find it, which I actually have one.
Yeah.
And then a guy getting on the plane coming here, and he was like, "Kansas City Chiefs." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Green grass, red helmets.
right.
Yeah.
That's us.
it's so yeah, I'll always be a fan."
So are you still just like are you a fan of football? Like, is it not, like, is it one of those things like Jake's wife, Rachel, played D1 volleyball, still loves volleyball, but doesn't want to play it competitive, like is not very competitive.
She claims she's all out of competitiveness because she played so much club, high school,
Okay.
college.
Like, do you still go to a game and be like, I want to get on that field right now? Like,
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
Right now,
yeah.
Well, yes, I love football.
do you want to do the rest of the podcast in a 3-point stance?
Or playing.
Or were you a 4-point stance guy?
What can we do to sneak into Arrowhead? Maybe they'll let me play.
What if we're not just sneaking? We'll just be like, he's on the team.
Look at him.
He's got a hat on.
He's Julius Peppers.
That's right.
Julius Peppers. What's that?
I'm back. Yeah, I do want to play. I miss it. Part of me feels like it's like I was going to coach.
Yeah.
If I had boys, I'd probably coach. But my daughters, I'm like, you want to be the first female kicker in the NFL? They're like, no. Where's my dress at? Yeah, I do miss it. I love playing. I love watching it, and it's good to see it from a distance because I love football, but there's more to life I've learned.
Yeah. Okay. What about? Sorry, Jake. I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but what about just in general sports for your kids? Like, how do you view that? After, I mean, did you play a ton growing up? Like, I feel like you have to be either a freak athlete or play a ton or a little bit of both. Like, like because I'm struggling. I love sports growing up. I still want my kids to play, but I'm also like, I think I'm realizing there's more to, the rhythm of our family than just like, hey, let's just go and do this baseball tournament all weekend long, and dad and Bo will be away from the rest of the family for the whole weekend or whatever. Like, do you struggle with that at all? Like,
That is a great question, man. So I do.
yeah,
Because I told you my wife's a freak athlete.
right.
I'm a decent athlete. Our kids are going to have athletic ability. And the urge for me is let's turn them into the next Serena Williams. Or let's turn them into the next, whatever,
Yeah.
great athlete.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, my
Turn
God.
them. Oh, I get it.
Turn on over.
Wow. Or the next Pete Rose.
There you go.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a little better.
Quality.
A little better.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Bets on the game.
Yeah.
Gambling
Yeah.
addiction. So
Next to Sean Watson.
Come on, Browns fans. Come on, yeah.
Oh, wow. Poor Deshaun. Did you know he got booed?
Yeah.
Well, they cheered when he went down
Well,
with
he
the Achilles
cheered.
injury.
They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, finally.
Dude, did you see Jameis Winston's post-game speech?
It was beautiful.
It was unbelievable. Did you see this?
Yeah,
it
Jameis
was
is
so
the man.
good because I went into it not wanting to hear Jameis Winston defend Deshaun Watson, and by the end of it, I was like, I will do anything for Jameis Winston.
Jameis? Yeah, I agree.
He's got some good.
He's
good
powerful,
players.
man.
yeah.
Whew, he is powerful. He seems like he has a good heart.
He
He's
does.
turned around since the
Yeah.
crab legs.
Yeah. Since the crab legs.
It's
Yeah.
crab legs. Hey,
Yeah.
guy was hungry.
No, he cares about him. He's like serious when he talks.
Cares about the crab legs or cares about. Oh,
He's
Sean Watson.
serious
Okay.
about him.
But,
He's serious about him, man.
yeah,
All right, no, sports, kids.
Oh yeah, sports and kids. So it's like, do I turn him into the next Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
$1 million athlete,
That's
or
right.
or do I? There's more to life than sports, and like for example, LeBron James. I think LeBron James is an incredible athlete. He's the best basketball player ever, in my opinion.
Okay.
Ever. You can't argue
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean,
You
he's
could argue it, but we won't.
we
right
could
now.
argue it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's no point in arguing it. And he's like scoring champion, but at the end of the day, it's like he just played basketball. It's just a game. And you look at like, all these parents, in my opinion, or maybe just me, it's like my kid's getting a scholarship. I want my kids to be the best because it's a reflection of how good of a parent I am. But does it really matter? No, I want them to be a good person. And if you could take some of these great athletes and say like, hey, instead of having all these scandals, just win like 3 or 4 championships instead of 8 or 9 and be a good person.
Sure.
It's much better. But I will say the movie King Richard, Jeremy Pryor showed me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, never watched it. Good.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
but
I loved it.
What it showed me though is that society will say it's wrong for a dad to force their vision on their family. That's what you're supposed to do. But you
But have the right vision.
have the right vision, but make it so beautiful that they can't resist it. They're like,
Yeah.
yes, Dad, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. But I think that goes in with like the talent of how your family's made up and all
Sure.
that. And then also too, it's you have to I think genetics is half the battle.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it.
It's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like,
It might be 70% for us. Like, I don't know.
yeah, I see. Yeah, and then is it wise to spend $2,000 for a baseball lesson for a child when you can do so much more?
Sure.
So I think sports is just worshipped in our society, and it's a fine line that you have to.
That's kind of that's where I'm kind of landing with the whole thing is like I think I learned like obviously Jake and I played into high school. That was our max as we didn't play in college or anything.
That's great.
Well, I played women's basketball in college.
You were on the
I
scout
was on the
team.
practice
women's-
squad
yeah,
too.
yeah.
so-
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
a much needed deal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you heard about their SBU. They were really
You probably heard it. My senior year, we went 13 and 18.
13, 18.
So,
Just a solid 40% winning percentage there.
Ooh, that's good.
But their
right?
point guards were really in shape. I had them working in practice.
And that's D1. D1?
Division II MIAA conference.
That's right. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
MIAA.
Lick 'em.
Big time. No, but like the lessons that you learn in sports are just like I'm a better person. I'm convinced. I've learned from obstacles, and it doesn't have to be sports, but it's like
Especially
well, you're-
team sports, you can learn so much.
Oh, just the idea of like you are not. I mean, you are important, but you are not the pinnacle of importance. Like if you do great and your team doesn't do anything, like you're not going to win. Like you have to work together on this stuff. Like
Absolutely.
and so I want my kids to play sports, but I don't want it to be like I don't think I'm gonna if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put $1 million that my kids are not gonna be professional athletes. You know what I mean? Like
You got to believe. But I will say this: if you take The goal of sports is say you're doing this so you can be a better person. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you're playing if you're 30 years old doing this, whoever you are, you're playing a child's game.
Yeah.
It's going to end one day. It's like, how can you go into this and be a better person? I agree with that. But I heard somebody say before, like, okay, the rationale is the longer you play sports, the better person you are. If that's the case, are the people in the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, are they the top cream of the crop of society? I think there's other ways
Right.
to develop character.
Yeah.
But I will say football to me, I think it's such a beautiful sport. I already, was crying about the grass being brownish green and the helmets. I think it's a beautiful game because of the lessons it teaches you, because of the strategy, because of the atmosphere. And I really enjoy football. I love it.
Football is special. Playing once a week and the amount of work you have to put in just for one game and it goes by so quick, like it's really different. I feel like
It
than
is.
most sports because of that.
It's different.
Play so infrequently.
Yeah, like Brad was saying though, like that. If you watch film, you have to break down every position. One play takes 45 minutes to break down every.
It's
position.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I have a question. So I want you to
questions.
take your Michigan Stateness out of this question because I know Michigan is a bit of a rival for you guys.
Yeah.
But just what are your objective thoughts about the Michigan sign stealing guy?
Ooh, great.
Take rivalry out of it. What are your thoughts?
Is it
on-
impossible to take the rivalry out of it?
No, but I will. I think that it goes into what you want to believe. I think there are so many layers of lies and untruths, and people even lying so much they start to believe it themselves. Where everybody is trying to get a strategic advantage.
Yeah.
Where those things happen all the time.
Yeah.
And you can watch it on the film, but if having it in person there, he was there, is against the rules, there should be, a hefty fine. Like, don't strip wins away from the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, Michigan was the best team last year in the country. Like, they had seniors all over the place. They were well coached, but they got caught. And I wonder how many phone calls went to whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tell on us.
Right.
So everyone's looking to get a competitive advantage. I admire their tenacity, but you got to chill out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I watched that documentary recently, and I will say the first hour of the documentary, I was like, I don't see a crime yet. I think this guy is just like a little psycho
was.
and just really driven and likes Michigan football a little too much.
Yeah.
And then you get into like some of the rules he broke. But the
Right.
first hour of it, I'm like, I bet this is just, a lot of teams have a guy like this probably.
Yeah, a lot of teams have a guy, and they were getting him for cheap, and he was obsessed.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I
he
love.
was. I know. I watched it. I was like, Jake, I bet you would actually really respect and love.
I really like the things he did on the projector with all the
Yes.
signs and the studying he did. It's very, you could tell he's like ex-military the way he
Yeah.
went about it.
It was really impressive taking Michigan out of it. But if the fact that he was wearing Central Michigan outfit
Yeah,
at
Arizona
a Michigan
State,
State game,
yeah.
he was able to get there. It's like, hey, the proof is in the pudding. Let's not lose our integrity. And the thing about sports, I will say now, is it's always been about the money a little bit. But I think football used to be shaping young men. Like, we're not forced to go in the military, but every kid was like, I'm playing football, And now with college football, it's just become you can transfer
Yeah.
to every school, and it's watered down the rivalries and all that. So, no dumb questions.
No dumb questions. All right. What about? Hey, I got kind of a dumb question.
Yeah, no dumb questions.
Okay, thanks. Is there? Can you think of a fan insult that still sticks with you, or that like? Can you think of something that somebody said in the stands?
Like you go back to the sideline and like a front row fan.
It's like, dang,
Oh yeah,
that one. I remember that one.
yeah.
And can you repeat?
Number
it on-
97. Do you even play?
Your jersey's completely white.
Yeah, it's like, your jersey's your pants look really clean. 97. It's like, oh my god.
That's that
you
got
can't
you.
say anything back.
Oh yeah. How often do you hear it and you just like, I gotta just ignore this?
Yeah, you just gotta ignore it. And I love it though. That's part of like.
It's got to be hard when you know you're bigger than whoever. You don't even have to
Yeah,
turn around
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm bigger than whoever's yelling at me. I can't believe they do that.
Yeah, I'm bigger than is, but it's something like Gladiator. Like, it's like, let's scream at each other. Yeah, I'm not playing.
Yeah. Were you a
This is
trash
why-
talker on
this-
the field?
Nah, not till later on. I wish I would have incorporated it more in my arsenal because
Really?
I noticed when I trash talk to my kids, I do a lot better. But no, I really wasn't a big trash talker. Yeah, but those are great questions. I mean, I've heard some pretty bad things said that I couldn't repeat.
Yeah.
So
Who are, like fans wise, who are the maybe not nastiest, but like craziest places? You said maybe Notre Dame. Was Notre Dame like iconically like this feels like a different kind of venue?
yeah, Notre Dame, it felt like you were almost going to a country club because when you pulled up, everybody says, "Welcome to Notre Dame." Welcome to, like they say it consistently.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, really? They do it to mess with you.
Yeah, and then you see like celebrities and millionaires sitting in the stands, and it's like, you remember Regis filming?
Oh yeah.
I saw Regis. I was like,
Hey, Justin,
like-
welcome to Notre Dame.
"Oh my god, that was good, man!" Yeah, but people they're wearing green. That was really good. They're wearing gold jackets. Welcome to Notre Dame. Welcome to Notre Dame. Well, and it's like Rudy was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where they have, or maybe maybe it was Iowa. One of them, man, you played it both. They have like pink in the
That's
locker
what I was going
room.
to say. The worst fans. So you walk into Iowa, it's a pink, like a what's the term?
Gay.
Yeah,
Pink hue, pink shade.
pink hue. Like
Yeah.
what's the word?
I don't know. Explain more.
It's like a soft color gay.
Oh, color pink, like mauve. Or,
I have no idea.
No, not mauve. It's like pastel.
Oh,
Oh,
pastel.
like a muted pink.
Muted,
Yeah.
very muted pink. And we
That
go.
is in Iowa.
Iowa was like, and everything's pink, like the toilet, the flusher. But at Purdue though, and their fans are drunk, and they're like, "We're never going to win, so we'll drink." Is that so? You got the toilet.
Yeah.
All right. You'll never look at this chair again. Pretend this is a toilet. And the walls are like this. So
Okay.
if you're sitting on the toilet, you're
Oh,
like,
they could see your upper half.
yeah. And
Oh, really?
Yeah. Why in the middle of the locker room? Like that's how it was. If you want to go use the
You
bathroom,
want to go? Yeah. You want to sit down? You gotta.
you gotta sit down. And I remember Jim Harbaugh years later complained about it. Like, there's just a shame that.
Right.
Yeah, but
Interesting. The psyche of like, did Michigan State do anything to the visitors' locker room? You know?
No. So because of Coach Antonio and the wins, they've redone the locker rooms. When
Yeah.
I was there, our home locker room was actually pretty
Rough.
I'll say organic. But we loved it because it was ours.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
it looks like the Taj Mahal.
Right. All of them do. Even the teams that are awful. Like
They look so good, man.
it's all about recruiting.
I think you guys should have sent Draymond Green in the opposing locker room to scream at him. Go berserk.
That would have been good. I like Draymond.
Were you there at the same time as him?
My first year, yeah, we were there for 1 year together.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a beast. I love Draymond's intensity.
I saw it last night, opening night for Golden State Warriors. He got one technical already for yelling at the refs. So one game, one T. Yeah, he's on a good pace so
Good
far.
for him, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
Do you even play? Oh, I'll play.
He's
He plays
consistent.
there. He is.
Boo woo, boo woo,
Hey,
boo woo, boo woo,
call me Mr.
boo woo, boo woo,
Hey,
In town down.
boo woo.
mangy.
Go, hey, why not?
Who sings? Who sings?
You gonna say it's like Mangy Roasters. It's got the coffee and the single origin. Small batch, best blend, small batch, best blends. Main Street Roasters, they got fall coffee flavors for your taste buds. And it makes you say what? Southern pecan pie. Caramel crunch flavored coffee. Apple cinnamon strudel, pumpkin spice, saying perfectly pumpkin flavored coffee. New grandma's apple crisp flavored coffee. We said Main Street Roasters. It's the .com and GRKC for 10% off. Special living at Main Street Roasters. We love it, then we love it.
That seems like a good time for like someone to like come in the house. Justin gets here. Rachel's home for some reason. That would have been great.
I love the idea of not even giving any more context. That's the whole ad. 10% off GRKC.
I think you guys get it.
Think you got
I
your
think it's
money's
pretty
worth
clear.
there.
Endorsed by Usher.
Oh,
Or
hey, MainStreetRoaster.com though for all your great flavors. Fall flavors here, limited time only. Southern pecan pie, caramel crunch, apple cinnamon strudel, pumpkin spice, perfectly pumpkin, and new grandma's apple crisp.
I'll be honest, you don't even need those other flavors. Caramel crunch is everything you can
That's
ever
all you want?
Yeah, that's all you're gonna need. You're gonna get that. You guys will not be disappointed.
Apple cinnamon strewed, dude.
Strud, dude.
I'm a strewed dude.
Sauce, dude.
And this is nice because you don't have to waste the calories on a real apple cinnamon strudel. You just get this.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada.
MainStreetRoaster.com, GRKC, 10% off. You guys know the deal. Now celebrate and support the deal. You had a job? Now do your job. What's that from?
Remember the Titans?
Yes. You know our sponsors? Now sponsor our sponsors.
You the captain, right? You the listeners, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You been doing your job? You
I've been doing my job. You been supporting their sponsors?
Then why don't you tell Elizabeth Virgil to buy Southern Pecan Pie because she can't buy for a blood nickel and you know it.
Good.
You want to talk about the pod? What pod?
Good.
All right. Love you guys. That's not even the end of the episode. Just MainStreetRoaster.com.
See you, man. Maybe this is a dumb question.
No dumb questions.
Bottom of the pile, fumble. How nasty does it get down there?
Good question. Sorry, not a dumb question.
Yeah, it was good. It got pretty nasty. Yeah, like people was like squeezing your necks, like squeezing each other's necks, or just trying to get the ball.
I would have never thought of the neck.
Or like fingers or whatever.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But I think actually it's like trench warfare, where I heard people were like, sometimes they're like, we don't want to shoot you, we don't want to shoot you either. Let's just chill. Like everybody's afraid. They're like, all right, let's just get. I think that's the reaction.
Okay, they're like afraid to like break the first finger. Like, why don't we just
or they're like,
play
he's
cool?
probably trying to hurt me, and I'm trying to hurt him. Let's just get up. And just go for the ball.
Yeah. Always wondered about that. I played at the high school level, but I was a corner. I wasn't in a lot of the bottom of the piles.
Corner.
Not a lot of fumbles coming out
Not
to
a bunch
me.
of piles over there on the sideline.
Yeah, so
And what city?
Stratford.
Stratford. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
You know.
they're still the
blitz?
Indians. No, it didn't blitz. It's so funny. Our offensive defense could not have been more different. Our offensive coordinator was a former Arena League MVP. Extremely overqualified to be a 2A football offensive coordinator. I mean, we were running really impressive stuff. Made me want to be a football coach. I still like have a dream to be a football coach someday because the X's and O's were just amazing. On the defensive side, cover 3 every play.
Every play.
That was it.
Every play.
Yep. I mean, maybe we'd mix it up on the goal line.
Did you guys give up a lot of running yards?
Yeah, we went. We weren't great. I mean, some of it was a talent thing, but
Wow. Some of it was a talent.
I mean, some of it, but that's what I like about football, though. It's like the one sport where the coach can have a massive impact. Like
Strategy.
You're a baseball coach. If they got some guy who could throw 90 miles an hour, I mean, what can you coach to make the kids hit the ball? Basketball, they got a kid bigger than you, faster than you. What can you do?
Yeah,
You try to double team. But football, the X's and O's can absolutely win or lose
That's
a
a
game
great point, man.
I'm so convinced that the Chiefs would still be in the playoffs without Patrick Mahomes.
because of Andy Reid.
Because Andy Reid is that
He's a genius.
good. Yeah.
He's a genius.
I mean, we'd have to have a decent quarterback. It wouldn't be like just throw Tim Boyle back there. But like
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, I guarantee you, I don't want it to happen, obviously, but I think we would make the playoffs with Carson Wentz. I don't think we would win the Super Bowl, but
Andy Reid's a great coach. You just reminded me of something. There's a guy at one of the food shows we go to. He's an Andy Reid impersonator. He comes to Columbus. And when I saw him, I was like, Coach Reid, what are you doing here? And he was like, hey, Justin, I looked you up. I'm like, you're not really him. But at first, I'm like, this is... And I gave him the whole spiel. Like, I was a huge kid. Chiefs fan. I used to play at Michigan State. And
He got you.
Yeah, but this guy, what's the thing that you can sign up for, give people birthday shout-outs?
oh yeah, cameo.
Cameo. This guy made like $70,000 doing Cameo.
Oh,
I think
my
he lives in
gosh.
Kansas City.
That's cool.
That's the next revenue stream.
I have seen. We have. Yeah.
Regis
Maybe we'll do
Philbin.
Regis Philbin. Yeah. I do Patrick Mahomes pretty well too, but
Can you do Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. I'll ask this next question, Patrick Mahomes. It's not as good if it's on command, so just know that.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Hey, Justin, I got kind of a dumb question.
No dumb questions, Patrick. That was good.
I'm better with certain phrases. This is.
Can you do a phrase?
Oh yeah. What was the one? Oh, we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. I'm here. What that? Cows, do it. That's it.
What's your best impression?
I don't know.
Mahomes is pretty good because a lot of people try Mahomes. They do a terrible job at it.
This for Mahomes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's not. I do Trump all right. Do Mahomes all right.
Can I see Trump?
Do Timon all right.
Ask the question in the Trump voice.
All right. This is a dumb question. I'm going to be honest. It's a stupid question.
No dumb questions.
Thank you. It's incredible you said that. The question is so. I just want to know. Right now. You have to tell me. You have to be honest. You have to tell me right now. Does getting hit really hard really hurt that bad?
Sometimes in the head, yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah,
But there's a part of playing football, talking about it makes me miss it so much. You kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's
like this weird. Yeah, I kind of get it from high school, but what about from high school to D1? Like, was it a noticeable? Like, holy cow, these guys are.
the speed, and there's more bigger hits,
Right.
But I think the current NFL and college, they don't hit each other like they used to at all.
Okay.
Not even close.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing, but I noticed the speed was different. The best teams were the fastest teams. They did things fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the hits are harder. And in my very short stint in the NFL, I realized that everybody's good.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, I'm doing very well. These guys are doing very well too.
Yeah.
And it's just really that's why if you're there, it's the cream of the crop.
We've talked about my like one interaction basically with a football player is this guy Andy Studebaker who played for the Chiefs. I think he was maybe a starting linebacker.
Maybe. Mainly a long-time special teams guy for the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, maybe a starter on the 2-14 Chiefs. Like a rough time for the Chiefs.
Wow.
Not like didn't do anything crazy in the league.
They went 2-14 before.
Yeah,
Twice.
The year that they got the first draft pick and drafted Eric
was
Fisher.
like
It was like a
2000
little bit later on.
Is Eric Fisher still there?
No.
No.
Yeah, not like a very mediocre NFL player. And we played pickup basketball with him a few times, and he's just such a freak. Like immovably, massively strong. And he's been out of the league when we played with him probably 7 years. When like it was just like you're just a different kind of animal.
Yeah.
And you were just an average guy in the NFL. Like it's just crazy. So
Yeah, I had a buddy who played quarterback at SBU, where I went Division II, doesn't get offered a scholarship back, works his butt off, ends up being able to walk on as the Mizzou quarterback. And I remember him telling me, like, a lot of these guys at Mizzou aren't that much more athletic than the guys at SBU. Their work ethic is just insane, though.
Wow.
Is that something you experience as well? Like, the higher level you get, the more disciplined, the more, like...
That's a great question. So, I saw from when we played Michigan State to UAB, there was a talent drop-off.
yeah,
Like, I'm like, man, UAB, they're listed at, like, this guy's 6'6", he's 6'7". Then you get up to line against him, it's like, this guy's like 6'1". And they're not that fast.
There's
And
fabricating.
They got like a couple fast guys. I think a lot of times the eye test, coaches look at that like, oh, this guy's, 6'4", looks good, but he's soft. And then you got a kid who's 6'2", but is tough and wants to work hard and he can perfect his craft. Like we talked about genetics, but I think you can really try to master something and be better than everybody if you put the work in. Mm-hmm. Now you might have a cap because of the gifts God's given you, but it's my experience that like Alabama's better because they have better athletes.
They just get the best, the best talent out there.
Yeah. That's great.
Yep. No dumb questions.
No, it was a good question. I don't have any more. I'm tapped out.
I got plenty. Maybe this is a dumb question.
No dumb questions.
Let's say, especially at the NFL level, you just talked about a guy being soft. I feel like even at the NFL level, you still hear analysts say like, "Oh, I mean the Packers defense. I mean that's just a hard-nosed defense or whatever." My theory is that at the NFL level, everyone's hard-nosed, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're all professional athletes playing for millions of dollars. Would you say that's true? Or you're like, no, some teams are just tougher than others. Some teams really do like playing in the cold more than others. Or would you say it's all just...
That's a great question. I think you definitely have cultures like Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Like from their ownership to their coaches and Mike Tomlin, they're a tough-nosed team. In the management and leadership, they're going to find a tough-nosed coach, that's their brand.
Yeah.
I think the same with Green Bay. Like the community owns the team, and they're going to do what it takes to get that. That's our culture. That's what we're living with.
So you think that makes the middle linebacker a tougher player?
I think the coaching and then the type of person they're going to try to find. Like
Gotcha.
if you look at Bill Belichick, and Nick Saban would say this, he would break down like, I need this type of player that runs this, that has this type of personality. And I think even coaches say like I would say this, if you Googled the top 5, this is amazing right here. If you Google the top 5 NFL earners of all time, probably all top 5 will be quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I guarantee all top 5 come from 2-parent, upper middle class homes.
Really?
Because there's a certain type of stability you have to be the face of the franchise, to be,
that's
you
interesting.
know, the have to be the first guy in, the last guy out. Like Kirk Cousins had that. Like that's no wonder Kirk's there. Like he hit the lottery when it comes to family, you know, and he worked hard and he did everything else, but he had the foundation. You can't tell me like a guy like, and Lord forgive me if I'm wrong, like Deshaun Watson. It's like you give him $200 million, he's getting massages everywhere.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or
I have heard like even in the combine they'll be like, "What's his relationship like with his mom?" Like they'll ask stuff like,
Yeah.
like they want to know like the personal side of
right. And I don't mean to single out Deshaun because everybody makes bad decisions, you know. But I think there's a certain level of fortitude you have to have that gets established young, you know. And then your linebackers, you need a guy that's a little crazy and smart.
yeah.
Or Romanowski in there, spit in your face every now and then.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah, where's the goons at, man? Bring the goons. So yeah, I think that's a great question. That's really important because at the end of the day, a quarterback is the face of the franchise. You need somebody smart, intelligent. It's going to work.
Dumb question.
Questions.
No, no,
You're from Ohio, played in Michigan, cold areas of. Were you a sleeves guy or no sleeves guy?
I try to be a no sleeves guy, man, but I eventually wore the sleeves. I'm
Okay.
a lot. You know, there's a big change from like your 20s to your 30s, and I think I've learned more and I'm tougher now than I was even then. And
Yeah.
I was pretty intense then. You know, I do have a theory. Are there a lot of people from Kansas? I mean, from Ohio in Kansas City? Not really.
We haven't polled those people to know.
I'd have to look at the Census Bureau's data.
Because
That I know.
the reason I ask is in Columbus, there's people all the time now like I'm from Kansas City. It's like,
Oh, okay.
wow.
Weird. I don't know.
But
I don't know. I don't
my,
think so.
My theory is that in these small college towns like Columbus, Tuscaloosa, Tallahassee, like football is like the church
Yeah.
because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. But like
In Columbus? Columbus is big, right?
it's just
that
now getting big.
Oh, okay.
I think
But-
it's like a top 15 city in the United States population, I think.
Yeah, you like it's turning into like you have to have a cool beard and tight jeans to live there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But but in these small towns, you know, football's bred. But like this is a pro sports town because there's more to do, I think. Like Kansas City, you guys had like music and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
music.
Live music and ribs.
Oh, yeah. That's the
And-
main things.
So
Main things
anyways,
I do.
I think that's why football works in some areas and it doesn't. Because if there's more to do. If there's nothing to do, college football will work.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I have one last question. And maybe you know this, maybe you didn't, but I just sometimes I can't, as an NFL fan, as a viewer, it boggles my head when like Tua Tagovailoa, he goes down with a concussion. The Dolphins have all the talent in the world around him. They have apparently like a great head coach, genius. And with a backup quarterback, they can't move the ball. They can't get the ball to Tyreek Hill. He has 2 catches, 1 catch. They can't run the ball anymore. How does that happen?
Yeah.
How can they not, with an NFL quarterback, move the ball down the field?
Yeah, that's why Tua makes the big bucks because playing NFL quarterback, there's so much work. This is like the 5th time I've said it, but you're the face of the franchise. You're expected to know what every position on the field's doing, on offense and really on defense for the other team. And there's no margin for error. And it's hard to play quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So it's hard to find those guys. I think the best position in the NFL is to be a backup quarterback because it's like
Still get
hurt.
paid decent.
Yeah.
Still get paid.
Yeah.
You don't get hurt, but then you get to learn and you can get in there for your team. If you want to play, it's not the best position. But I will say, in Tua's instance, when he went down with that concussion, quarterbacks, I bet, in the NFL never go live anymore in practice. They never get hit. And then you got Tua, who's a tough guy, is running head on into somebody. No wonder he gets hurt. He hasn't built that callus up in his body. So he crumbles every time he gets hit. So that's why I'm concerned for the game is that I think it's good to worry about concussions. My theory is that they should take off, they should get rid of the helmets and go back to like the leather helmet.
And that would
Seriously.
help with concussions?
I do because you would keep your head out
That
of
is
contact.
that is a radical.
I see what you're saying. Like, because, hockey didn't used to have helmets
Yeah.
for a while. And
But you would keep your head,
You're protecting yourself more because you're not as padded.
right. But people, helmets initially were supposed to for cranial breaks and nose breaks. And that's like, yeah, but your brain's rattling inside. You're not breaking your skull.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be better in the era we're living in, the players can market themselves better now. Everybody
That's
wants to
true.
be
See him a little bit better.
You see him, yeah.
No one knows. Yeah, no one knows what half the guys in the league look like.
Yeah. That's why I'm walking around the airport when I leave here like, my name's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. They would
When
never
Tyler
know.
Huntley was on the Ravens, you didn't know if Lamar or Tyler Huntley was the quarterback that game. You know, just like how can
Yeah.
you tell?
Yeah, that's
They got a helmet on.
Also, would never be able to tell you what Tyler Huntley looks like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pro
But
bowler.
you know what LeBron James looks like.
that's right.
Yep.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yep.
No dumb questions.
Hey,
What is your favorite movie of all time?
All time.
Forrest Gump.
It's mine, dude.
All right.
Yeah.
Take that.
Forrest Gump.
Mine's Forrest Gump too.
Dang, maybe though. Honestly, Home Alone. All right.
Why'd you want to ask that?
I can tell you guys are listening to your podcast, the people you are, you're very in tune with like culture and entertainment. And I was just curious, what's your favorite movie?
I gotta say either like Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's this like kind of niche. I don't know, Wes
Are
Anderson
we
movie.
hanging out with him later?
Or maybe
That's awesome.
or maybe like The Truman Show,
Great movie.
or like just a classic like The Incredibles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ratatouille, 5 stars.
Yeah. Hey, 5-star.
What's yours?
Forrest Gump.
Remember, we bumped.
That's right.
Or
Remember the Titans?
great movie.
Thank you. All right.
I
Another
wanted
one of
my
my
life
favorites.
to be like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like my school was segregated.
where's
and
my
then a coach
sunshine?
came in. And then Forrest Gump, Godfather, Rocky, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great movie.
First Rocky?
Yes.
Okay.
Rocky 4 was great too, though. I mean, it's a little over the edge.
Yeah.
Like he's working out in a leather coat outside.
National Treasure.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
It's a good
you're in
movie.
for a
Missing
treat.
out.
Yeah.
Is it really good?
If you're 14, it's awesome.
Oh, okay.
You got kids.
Is that with what's his face?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Speed 2? It doesn't have Keanu Reeves in it.
No. See Speed.
Don't watch the second one.
Timon, did you have any questions for the football guy?
Not really. Not a
It's
sports
messed up,
guy.
man. I drive 10 hours here and you don't. I didn't drive.
Do you have any questions for Timon?
Timon, would you recommend homeschool for other families?
100%.
Why?
Just because I feel like I was like set up for success. And I think that's just like a good, I don't know, the flexibility it offers is great. And I just like, I loved my childhood. So
Then how do you describe why you're so socially awkward? I'm just joking, dude. You're not at all. You're not at all. You're a great guy.
oh, thank you.
Of course. The best homeschool kid I met.
That's
I wanna
right.
Homeschool kid, put my kids in homeschool.
Yeah.
You thinking about it?
Yeah, we do. We're praying about it, but it's like, here, Shakira, you're homeschooling the kids. I'm going to go work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of harder. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she really needs to be on board.
Right. So if everybody goes out and buys all the Sow Strong
Get them.
products,
Right.
then I can afford to get tutors so I can. No, I'm
Yeah.
An hour ago, this bag was full.
Yeah, really.
I have been going nuts on this. You guys got to get these oat bites. That's all I'm going to say. Get the oat bites.
Get those for your mama.
Chocolate chip cookie dough. Get the oat bites.
Yeah, so
I don't care who you are.
Somebody asked me the other day. They're like, "Justin, tell us a little about your oat bites." I'm like, "Why don't you go ask your mama?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, SowStrongFood.com. We got the sweepstakes going right now for the $200 gift card.
sweepstakes. I almost gave it away to everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody just
Enter
pauses
to
it.
win.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The next 2
Enter.
weeks, if you use GRKC, enter to win a $200 gift card.
Yep.
Insane.
Treat your mom to it. Treat yourself to it.
Treat your mama. Yeah.
Treat your mama.
Awesome.
I want to say one last thing.
Please.
Honored to be here. Honored to be friends with you guys.
Thank you, man. Yeah. So fun to have you.
Yeah. It's really, really a blessing. When I first saw Brad, I'm like, I like this guy, and he is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, what is up with him? So,
What is up with him?
Yeah, what's up with this guy?
thank you for having me on, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
This is awesome.
It's so fun. Yeah, I was like, Jake, he's gonna be so fun. I was like,
Yeah.
Justin's the man in so many ways.
So on board.
Thanks,
Let's go eat some barbecue.
Let's go.
All right,
It's on me.
Here we go.
here we go.
Thank you, Justin, for joining. 2 episodes in a row. Nice
so
guy.
strong, we'll take you on. So strong. Thank you, Justin, getting on. Justin for getting on. I could have done that better.
Good. It was good.
Now,
We're going to
Rice jingle.
wrap this episode up with our wins of the week and comments of the week. Brad.
Yeah, my win of the week is Table Setters. Shout out to Will and all the other guys that are in it, but mainly Will because he's like the main guy running it. Do it once a month, just kind of a guys get together kind of time. And it's one of those things that every month I'm like, I don't know what this is going to be like. and it's one of those things where it's like, you fool. It's always amazing. It always energizes me. It always like is a wonderful palate cleanser of sorts. Like it's just great. So
You fool.
you fool. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like every time you do it, it's like, I never regretted that.
Yeah.
Like same with like working out or whatever it is. Like you fool. You forget every time that it's going to feel good afterwards.
Short memory.
So thank you to Will and all the guys for being in it. Shout out to Jordan specifically. Jordan and Rustin, I think, are big ghosties that listen. Clifton, those guys.
All right.
Yeah. So, win of the week.
My win of the week is I loved my time in Palm Springs. I love getting to know all the guys there. So Trey and Katie are going to Maui this winter for like 3 weeks just to get away, experience some warmth. So I've been talking to Rachel. It's like, we should go out there. That would make correct opinions easier, mood swings easier. So I've already had a weekend in mind that I was planning on maybe going to Maui, meeting them up there. And then the guys on this trip were like, hey, do you know about this like pickleball tournament in Maui, whatever? And I was like, whoa, no, when is it? And they were like, it's January 25th. I was like, that's when I was planning on going there.
That's crazy.
What
Yeah.
a coinky dink.
And so they're like, yeah, we're like 80% sure we're going. And then Alex, the pilot, he was like, I'll go. And I was like, dude, we should just play because we're like the same skill level. So I was like, you bring your wife, you can just like stay with us and we could play in the tournament together. It's cohesive.
It's all one thing.
It's a win.
I thought you were about to say, I forgot the pilot meant the FPV drone pilot. And I thought you were going to say he's going to fly you out there.
So he does have access to like little planes. Like he was going to fly up to Kansas City on his own plane. But I think Maui's a little much.
Little plane, yeah. Maui and little plane, no good. No more planes.
No thanks.
Little plane, big Maui.
Big Maui. No quinoa cookies.
Gold Tower.
That is a great win.
So that's kind of fun. Who knows if it'll actually happen or not, but
I hope it happens.
I hope it happens.
Timon, you got a win?
Yeah. What day was it? Saturday, I want to say. There was like a MNU choir concert that I would have been in, but I was still sick. But I had just like a really fun time, just like watching it, seeing my sister. It was a little like me and my mom go to see it.
Yeah.
That was just a fun memory.
Just you and your mom. There's something nice about just you and one parent doing,
Yeah.
especially your mom. You know,
Yeah.
I like
Wholesome.
doing stuff with just my mom.
Is your mom mad at me for taking you to Vegas and giving you pneumonia?
No. I haven't asked though.
I haven't specifically asked that question.
Just put it in her head. Like, are you
Yeah.
mad at me? Yeah.
Okay, good. Brad, comment of the week?
Yeah. Comment of the week goes to Josiah Gosinye, 6495. The shark sandwiches we're talking about. Trinidad. Shark sandwiches are awesome. We call it shark and bake, and it's a thin fried bread, a fried shark, and every condiment imaginable. Always love a Trinidad mention. He's Josiah, Trinidadian, and the shark bake is awesome. And they do have these like amazing sauces for it. And that's what I remember being so fun, so good. So shout out to Trinidad and Tobago, one of our favorite countries. Not America. Would you
Yeah.
say top 15?
And a country so similar to us, unlike Canada.
So similar.
Yep.
They speak English
The
there.
way they speak, English Creole down there.
Because Canadians, sometimes they're French.
Mm-hmm. Montreal.
Like tons of Canadians. Like most of Canada speaks French.
You look at northern Canada and the amount of people who live up there and the French, and it's just
so
crazy
much
up there.
French. Ugh. Oui. More like, no.
Good.
Right?
My comment of the week, hard to decide. Kelsey Friend, honorable mention. I love anytime you have an SBU story, so keep those coming. Always fun. But Elizabeth Virgil said, totally related with Rachel's family vacation style. I never thought we didn't have money growing up, but looking back now as an adult, it's very obvious that on a pastor's salary with 5 kids, my dad was just a great budgeter. Brad, I highly encourage you to take your kids away to a hotel. That was my parents' go-to, and my siblings and I have so many fun memories of getting to stay 1 or 2 nights at a hotel an hour away.
That's awesome.
Hotel pool, baby.
Hotel pool. People did really resonate with the, all the stuff, but hotel pool seemed like people loved it.
Yeah, water activities ended up becoming a very just like nostalgic s'mores, which is fun.
Yeah, that's great.
Fun.
We missed you, Timon, but man, Rachel did great.
Yeah.
Maybe we just, is that a quarterly thing? Parent-teacher conferences?
I don't know.
I don't either. I
Quarterly
think
taxes?
yeah, maybe every time she has to do her taxes, she does estimates at home. She has to take 2 days off. All right. Thanks as always, guys, for supporting us. Go to our website if you want to buy some merch.
Yep.
Go to Patreon if you want to support us on Patreon. Go to FridayPickleball, if you want to buy some pickleball paddles.
Pickleball.
Pickleball paddles.
Monday we'll be back with the Major Roaster stories.
I'm so excited.
That should be fun.
So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you guys.
Go Chiefs.
Ghostrunners Podcast.